I'm so sorry. I'm not sure. I seen that everyone was buffering, but then I figured it was like it was my end of things, so I do apologize for that. Always some kind of issue. So, welcome back everybody. I'm sorry. I don't know what happened. Instagram doesn't like for us to have these conversations for some reason. Sorry. Slim, can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Okay. I started buffering, right? It was me.
Yeah, it was you, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, IG really be on some bullshit. Mr. L, I'm so sorry. Oh, there we go. You see, and this is why I don't talk during the lives. I feel like every time I talk, something bad happen. Like the live cuts off, our Instagram's like, no, just host. Just ask questions. Don't talk. Don't say nothing. You see what happens? Y'all have me up here talking and Instagram doesn't like it. I do think I'm just supposed to be quiet.
Actually, it's the curse of Instagram because they did it to all
Has
of
to
us
be.
now. They've
Yeah,
done it to all of us. They just don't like us. That's it.
they just don't like us. They don't want to
They
see
just
us
don't
be
like
great. But
us.
you know what? Fuck them
They
people.
can't
We're going to be
stop this
great.
show.
Can't stop us. Can't stop us.
Can't.
So, apologize for that.
Speaking of
I
which,
don't,
hey, does everybody here has a Twitter, right?
Hmm.
yes.
I'm thinking just while we're waiting for people to jump back in, I would love to do a spaces with you guys.
Okay.
Um, I think that would be fun. We all could just get in and discuss just random topics, kind of like we do here.
Yes.
Um, yeah, so
Do you want
just two
for us
different
to do that for
platforms.
our next one?
Um, it doesn't have to be for the next one. We can figure it out so that way, because
Okay.
I know like everybody who has Instagram doesn't have Twitter. It may
True.
have to be like a separate thing where we're all available,
Okay.
outside of a Wednesday maybe.
Okay. I would like that. I think that would be dope.
Cool.
So what I was saying when I was talking to myself while everybody was buffering is that um so coming from the Jamaican culture, because I, as everyone knows or may not know, I'm Jamaican. Aggressive use of language is a real thing. It's almost like if the person doesn't tell you that they're gonna butter bruise your pum pum, they're gonna beat up your front, they're gonna walk out your middle, they're gonna beat the lining out of your pum pum, like that type of if they don't bring those kind of aggressive talks, honestly, I think that women feel like the man is not equipped with anything, or he's not equipped to deal. Val's rubbing his forehead. They're not equipped to deal with sex
What's the red
properly.
flag at,
And I
Val?
feel like also too, yeah, they're gonna skin out the pum pum. They're gonna skin up the pum pum. They're gonna scale your fish. Like all these aggressive terms. That's how they describe. Even
Scale
when you
your
listen to our
fish?
music, that's how they
Mhm.
talk about dealing with. Nobody's like, oh girl, I'm going to make love to you. Like them type of songs. That those days are long gone.
Shaggy
People don't see
did.
Shaggy.
Shaggy
it, right?
did.
That's what they
I
talk. They
just
talk about beating up the pum pum and walking out your middle and all this kind of stuff. So it's like for me, it's
oh
normalized,
Lord.
which is a sad thing, but it's normalized because it's part of the culture.
Hmm.
So are you fine because that's the culture that you grew up in, right?
Yes.
So are you fine with that on a consistent basis?
Yeah.
After
You know
all
what?
of
You,
that.
no, I know, right? And you feel like it's something that I probably should have grown out of by now, but I know it's a super red flag, right? But I also think because I'm aggressive as well, like I talk a bag of shit. No, I know we're like getting like deeply, but I talk a lot. I talk rough. I encourage the fuckery. I encourage
Can you
like,
give
you know
us
what I
an
mean? So
example, please? No, we don't.
No, tell me, I know exactly because don't forget, I guessed that position that she was talking about last week when she said she like her stomach
Hey,
ass up. Remember, I was like, "Oh, Asia, look, throw that ass back, don't you?" Yeah, I called this, son.
yeah.
I know you talk this. I know you talk this.
So okay, so like, oh my gosh, me. Um,
so you would be perfectly fine if you never heard any non-aggressive words during sex again for the rest of your life.
would I be fine with that?
Hmm.
To hear no aggressive words?
No, 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 no. The opposite. You hear nothing but aggressive for the rest of your life. So like
Just,
you
just
wouldn't
like
hear any
water, man.
non-aggressive ones ever.
See, okay, so this is the thing is because I don't really have a comparison. And okay, so this is the thing. It's not to say that they necessarily okay, so like a term hackle up your butt. It's not to say that they necessarily have to be like
I'm sorry.
roughing me up and flinging me all about and hackling up the pum pum and doing all these kind of things. But
What was that
if their
term?
actions right, hold on. If their actions are yes, Val. You see, this is why I don't talk. Yes, Val.
No, Mr. L was going to say something. I think he's going to say the same thing I was going to say.
What was that term?
Hackle.
Please.
Hackle. Hackle.
Hackle.
HAC, yes, HACKLE. Hackle. Hackle up your body.
What or what?
What?
Your body.
Hackle. They might hackle up your body.
They're hackling up the pum pum. Because I don't know. This
right
is...
there, Katie McCain, hackle. Come, y'all need to write this word down, hackle. When the man is roughing up your pum pum, roughing up your body, it's hackling up your body. Hackle up the pum pum.
So this is how I feel about the Jamaican music and culture like that. It's like, it's great. I love it. You know, I listen to it. But you know how like you love listening to like certain rap music where it just puts you in that mood where you feel like, yo, I can go out here and kill about 10 niggas if I wanted to. But you know you're not going to go do it because that's not you.
But hold on, you ever watch like videos of our dances and stuff? Even when we're at dances and you see the way that the men dance with the women, they're jumping off the speaker boxes, they're taking like bricks and beating the woman's pum pum on their front, they're running for miles and sailing through the air like Superman to land in the pum pum. Like sometimes they take ambition and want to do those things in real life when you're having sex. So it's not to say that I want you to like, I don't want to walk away broken and bruised. But if it's a little aggressive, you know, I don't mind. I will tell you to slow things up and relax yourself a little bit if you're getting carried away. But I don't mind the aggressive talk. I don't know. It's either like aggressive or yes, Mr.
I got
L.
a question. What is the wildest thing that a guy has done, especially if he was Jamaican, to you? Because everything that you just said, you know, I'm curious now. What is your experience with like, the wildest thing? Like they do a backflip somersault off of a ice cream truck or something.
Okay,
like,
so I will tell you. No, Val's dying. I will tell you. I was with a man one time. I don't know how this episode became about me, but I will tell you. There was one time, this man that I was dealing with. This is years ago. Okay, so I don't know if you've ever watched like a dance hall, like a dance hall video where so the woman's bent over and the man is behind her and he like swings his leg over her and it looks like he's twirling around her body. I've had that happen during sex. In the moment that it happened, yeah. So oh boy. I'm in the backshot position. He's behind me. And then all of a sudden, I feel like his leg going over my back and kind of halfway resting on my back. And he's still doing what he's doing. In my mind, I'm like, is this man twirling behind me? Like, is he flipping to the other side? And he did. Yeah, exactly. He did some shit where he kind of. Yeah. But like a dance hall move. And in my mind, I'm thinking, my friend, there's no music. We're not at a dance. What are you doing?
Wait, so was he on a handstand?
Kind of, yeah. He kind of put himself into the handstand position. Exactly, like that. So that exact motion, like he flipped himself, but he started slow. So at first I didn't realize what was going on until he got into that position. I was thinking, okay, this feels really great, but it's a little weird. But then it's like...
Hold up, but you was on all fours. See, I did it with Shorty Missionary. Like
no, I was standing up and my hands were on my knees, like Megan Thee Stallion, hands on my knees, shaking ass like a, some hot shit. Shit.
Yeah, the core.
I feel like Mr. L trying to visualize the position. He's like,
yeah, strong core.
I'm trying to do the math right now.
I didn't spend around in the pussy like that, but we was both a missionary, and I didn't, we don't ended up like this. Like my head was this way.
Is that what we're doing over there, Slim? Spinning around in the pum pum in missionary position?
Yeah.
Well, I just added something to my 2022 bucket list, man.
Yeah, you could try that.
Yeah, out here, we can call
I feel like it's easier when she's kind of more so standing up and sort of squatting a little bit. If you're going to try to get into a handstand position. I don't even know how we got on this track. But then I think for him, like, walking into the situation, he said to me, he's going to dun out my pum pum. I don't know, like, pum pum can't done. Like, there's no dunning pum pum. Pum pum can't done.
This shit was wide open. He was just having fun at that point. I know.
like, don't get me wrong. I love to talk a little junk, beforehand, and not like in a like a dominant way. Just like if I know I'm about to go in there, I'm about to handle business, yeah, I'll say it every
Yeah,
now
you
and
gotta soup
then. But like,
yourself up.
Soup
you
yourself
gotta
up.
deliver
Yep.
it. You gotta make sure you deliver it. I only do that when I know I'm going in confident. I know, like, hey, me and the
But
old boy, we're gonna get it done.
you gotta be careful too, because everybody's tone is different, son. Like my tone is
Yes.
different too. So like I've been on the
Yeah,
scale
like I
just
never feel threatened. Like I never feel like, oh, they're
Mm-hmm.
really gonna hurt me. Like that's the other thing I should point out too. I think that there's a line with aggressive language and whether or not you feel threatened. I've never felt threatened or like they were really gonna do any kind of harm to me.
nah. I'm not. I'm a gentle, genuine nigga. I'm just saying I could talk sometimes aggressively, and it could come off a little like.
Slim in there sounding like Suge Knight in the pussy. That's what
Right?
he's
Nah, I'm just saying.
saying. Nah, I got you. I understand.
Okay, so
I'm
Man.
just saying.
along this line of questioning, do you guys have a
I do.
favorite cuss word?
Yes.
Yeah, I don't know.
Are
Yeah,
we talking
Yeah.
sexually or just in general?
yeah.
Just in general. In general, a
General.
favorite cuss word. Okay, so think of what your favorite cuss word is. Explain why it's your favorite cuss word, and then use that cuss word in 3 sentences.
I know we was gonna have homework.
I love this game.
All
Yeah.
right. Okay.
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 So your favorite cuss word, why it's your favorite cuss word, and use it in 3 sentences. Who's going first?
What's my favorite cuss word?
All I heard was, "Hey, baby, what's
Y'all
my
need a
favorite
minute?
customer?"
I'll start. It'll give you guys time to think. Okay?
Uh,
So my favorite cuss word. Okay, so hold on. Libby Spank said she loves the word pussy. Can I tell you guys? It took me about 40 years to be able to say the word pussy and it not feel weird to say it. I would never use that word. That's a whole other conversation. But I just want to put. I would
But
never,
then you'll
ever,
turn
ever
around
use
and
it.
That's
Now
the
I
word
use
you'll
it.
cock
turn
for
around
me.
and
I
say
can't use the
cock.
word cock. That's so fucking weird to
I
Cock.
me.
can't either.
Cock?
Yes,
Like,
never.
Cock. I like.
like
I
Never can.
see, but I like the word cock.
that's the no. That sounds like some white boy.
Oh,
Cock.
just
Fucking
no.
I got
Okay.
nothing there.
So my favorite cuss word, hands down, is the word fuck. Because I
You was
feel
going
like
there. I
fuck
knew
is
it.
the exclamation mark to everything. It doesn't matter what it is. It's like the exclamation mark. It's like the icing on the cake for me. So if it's in an intimate setting and you're like, oh, fuck,
Do that one more
that
time. I'm sorry.
alone
You were buffering. You were buffering. Can you do it one more time,
lies.
please?
You want me to say it again?
Yes.
Ah, fuck. So you make Val cover
Yeah,
his
we got you
face.
that time.
Val, plug your
We got you.
ears.
Got
Okay?
you that time.
And then it's like, like if you're happy, you're like, fuck, excitement. Okay? And then like in a query or a question, like the fuck. Okay, so fuck
Fuck.
is my word. Fuck is my word.
I gotta go.
um,
I'll probably say shit.
Shit.
Right?
That's it.
I'm gonna
That's
say
it right
shit
there.
because no one my baby mom's mother, right? My daughter's grandmother, when my baby was born, she said, "Hey, Mike, her first word gonna be shit because you always say that word." And her first word really was shit, and she used it in the perfect context. And I love
Yo.
it, right?
yo, was it a proud
She
dad
dropped a
moment?
toy and she was like, "Shit," and I was like, "Perfect," right?
Let me
But
stop.
so shit is my favorite. Like it's similar to what AJ said. You could use it in anything. It's a perfect filler. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, go give me that shit. I hit that shit during sex. If you say shit during sex, you suck my dick good. I'm gonna say shit in the middle. You
Ah,
suck.
shit. Yep.
Yeah, what response? Huh?
So country, AJ.
Yeah, shit gotta be my shit, man.
Shit gotta be my shit. I like that.
I like that.
That's a nice one,
I'm,
Slim.
I'm,
That's a nice one.
I'm gonna
Okay.
follow Slim because that's mine, literally. Shit. Because you said it could go with anything. You said fuck could go with anything. I think shit
Yep.
can go with anything as well.
Yeah.
Like for anything, I could just be sitting there just like shit. Just one word, sentence,
Yep.
boom. Oh shit.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And then I don't got a
Yeah.
third one, but it just fits
That's
everything
okay.
for me.
You're killing that shit. That shit's you're killing that shit. Yep.
Yes.
Okay. Mr. L,
Mm. So I was
I know
trying to
you're
figure
saying
out how I
yourself you
can.
don't want to be on a repeat. You got 2 shits and a fuck. You need something different.
So that's what I was coming with. I was coming with something different. I wasn't going to stick to just one because I agree with all of you, and you did take mine. but just thinking about words, and I may have to use this for part 2 of Words of Affirmation podcast episode, but um, it's kind of like to me that, let me see, you had the fuck, they had the shit, and then there's the damn also.
Yes.
And it's kind of, to me, it's kind
And
of like,
interestingly enough, damn used to be a cuss word. Like, I know we don't really consider it to be, but it is.
it still is.
Yeah.
He said down south it is.
Yeah, you feel me? Below the basic distance line, it still is. Terrible. So, to me, in this situation with those three, it's like damn would be the beginning, fuck would
Yes.
be the middle, and shit
Oh.
would be the end. All right.
Okay.
So it's like, y'all know me. I'm gonna go sexual with it, right? So like, damn, this feels good, and then it really just starts building up and feeling better. You just gotta let out that fuck, and then it hits
Yes.
that climax and that peak, and then it's the shit
Oh,
or the
yeah.
afterwards, and after you've hit
Go
it,
ahead,
you just
Mr.
let that out.
Yes.
So
Yes.
Okay.
all three have a great place. My personal is fuck. I like the way that it just rolls off. I can give it a nice little aggressive tone with it. And fuck, you know.
Yes.
Um,
Grit your teeth and say
or
it. Urgh.
you know, yeah. Or you know, it's just something smooth. It's like, oh, fuck, you feel good. You know, like that. You know, it's just it's. I love the way that it just rolls off the tongue, and you just bite the lip with it too, especially in either in a sexual or aggressive manner. You just get that in there, and they see that in the face, and then you hold it for just like a little second to conjure up that. It's beautiful. I love it.
A
Oh, and especially
question
again,
that was.
what the fuck you gonna do about it?
Hey.
Say again, sir, please. Repeat.
I said a good old what the fuck you gonna do about it?
That sounds very aggressive. I'm just saying.
I'm gonna
A
listen to
question
some
that was
Jamaican
submitted.
music tonight.
So this was based on a photo of a woman wearing. So it's a woman with her man, and she has on a bodysuit. She has pasties on her nipples. She's wearing a jacket. The jacket is open. You can see the bodysuit, and then she has a skirt on. And the comments in the comments section basically were that she was disrespecting her man because of the type of outfit that she was wearing. Okay, you follow me? So, can a woman wear what she wants to wear, or should she tone down her attire for her man? So wait, let's make it specific. I'm going to make it specific to each of you. So Slim, you're out with your lady. So you're going out with your lady. She comes out. She's wearing a semi-see-through bodysuit, hair's done, nails done, makeup done, has her cute shoes on, grabs her jacket, and is heading out with you. Would you have an issue with her attire?
For me, it depends on where we are going and what we're doing. For me,
okay.
And back in the day, I wasn't like this, you know what I mean? But me and this new version of me, I believe in oozing sexuality, and it truly. Eddie Winslow, you can ask him; he knows me very well. He knows me better than anybody. Down in the comments, it depends on what we're doing and where we're going, and that'll determine how I feel about your outfit. You feel what I'm saying? If we going out to a place, we hit in the city, a nice little underground club in the city, and it's appropriate, or we want to get that off, then we could do that. You know what I'm saying? I'll be all right with that. But if it's a place where I feel like you need to tone it down, I'm gonna ask you to tone it down. All I'm gonna do is ask you to tone it down. I'm not gonna make you, because I can't make you, but I'm gonna ask you. You know what I'm saying?
If she says no, would you feel like she's being disrespectful because she's unwilling to change her attire?
I would, and that's happened to me in the past. That's happened to me in the past with certain pictures and certain things. You know what I mean? In the past, where I say, listen, I mean, I don't, as your man, I don't appreciate this. I would not like to see this. This makes me feel this way, or I feel like I always felt like I said this in our podcast back in the day. On one of y'all shits, I've been on so many now. That for me, I feel like the world or people shouldn't be able to see parts of you that's that's specific for me. For pieces of you that I had to work for, that I had to, you know what I'm saying, that's reserved for the bedroom, I feel like that shouldn't be broadcast to the world. You know what I'm saying? Especially if, you know what I mean, if I'm letting you know what it is. That's just the way I feel. It's on
No, that's
you.
fair, and that's perfectly valid, and that's perfectly fair.
You know what I
Perfectly
mean?
valid, perfectly fair.
That's on you to either respect it or not. And I mean, if you don't, then that's going to speak to your character a little bit to for me. You know what I mean? But you know, that's where I'm at with it.
Okay, Val, if you're with a woman, let's take a day of royalty out of this question for a moment. You're in a relationship with a woman, and her attire is very provocative. You're headed out for an evening, and she has on something that's semi see-through, and she's like, "Babe, I'm ready to go." Do you take issue with it? Do you ask her to change? Do you give her liberty to just be who she is, knowing that she loves and respects you? Do you feel disrespected? What are your thoughts on that?
Yeah.
So for me, it would
Slim, you
depend
okay? You
on.
dropped
You
down?
alright, Slim?
Yeah.
Say
You
something,
sure?
brother. You
He
sound a
looks
little.
hurt. He sounds hurt.
No, guy, I thought
He
you
did
dropped
sound
it.
hurt. He was like,
Sorry, I don't even know why I'm laughing, because if you really dropped, I'd feel bad, because it's not like we could get to you, but you're okay, right?
I'm good. I appreciate the
"Hey,
Okay.
concern.
listen, I'm gonna call George. Be like, yo, go find my boy
Legit,
Slim."
call George.
Across
Right?
the country. I appreciate it.
Who would you say? Eddie Winslow, my boy. You still in here? Be on call.
He down where you at, bro? Yeah.
Oh, that's your boy. Yeah. Okay. But anyway,
Sorry. Val?
That was funny. That was funny. Um, my okay. It depends on who this woman is for me. So if,
She's your girl. She's your lady.
but I mean, the length of time kind of sort of matters for me too,
It's been 2
because
years.
okay, 2 years. Oh Lord. Okay, 2 years. So if within those 2 years, and I figure that she loves attention,
Mhm.
I may take offense to it, and not attention from me, just attention from everybody else.
Right.
Now, if this was, I'm a little bit on the same lines as Slim, to be very honest with you. You know, if I had to really like work, you know, and the majority of men have to work sometimes to get to see all that, the good stuff, you know, um, I wouldn't be upset, but it would be a conversation that I would have and just be like, depending on the spot too, just like Slim said. But I would say something along the lines of, "Hey, we're going to this spot tonight. Can we, you know, wear something a little bit different? You know, just so I'm not trying to step over her and things like that, or trying to just be, oh, I'm the man, so I just want you to change, call it a day, kind of thing. Like, no, I want it to be a conversation so we're both in the same realm of understanding, not just like a dad telling a girl, hey, go change. This isn't
Right.
appropriate, kind of thing. Um, I've actually had that happen to me one time, and we were going to my parents' house, actually. It was a long, long time ago. This is not a day road to. And I w- I came to pick her up, you know. So this is the first time trying to meet my parents, and she was wearing like a bodysuit, see-through kind of thing. She looked very nice, but I was just like, this isn't
It's
the
too
night for
much.
that. That's too much. You're meeting my parents. Like, come on, you know. And she fought me on it because she thought that she felt as if she could wear whatever she wants to wear, and she can.
Right.
But you ain't going nowhere with me meeting my parents like that.
So if she had chosen to wear that outfit and you were going to a social gathering with your friends, would that have been
Mm.
different?
Depends on the social gathering. If it's at a club,
No,
I'd feel
house
a
party.
little
Let's say a house party.
house party.
A house
It would
get together,
still
not even a party because the lights are on. There's no darkness. A house get together.
a get together.
Because you put it
I,
into
I
context. You said with your parents, it would have been inappropriate. So now
yeah
you're with your friends. It's a social gathering at a friend's house. Would
yeah.
it still be inappropriate?
I wouldn't say inappropriate. Um, I would say more. I don't know. I'm okay with a lot of things, but it would just all depend on how the girl thinks. Honestly,
Right,
that's how it is for me. If she likes attention, I'm gonna say something. If she's the
right.
type that's just like, oh, well, I like this kind of thing. I'm a little bit more lenient kind of thing.
Hmm.
So it varies honestly.
Okay. Mr. L, you're in a relationship. It's 2 years. You know that she likes to dress sexy, and you're going out, and she puts on something that's semi see through. You've had no issue with her in all this time. Um, would you take issue to the way that she dresses, and would you bring it to her attention? Would you say something to her? Would you ask her to change?
If I've had no issue with her for the past 2 years of the way that she
Yeah,
dresses,
like you
whoever
know that she's
is
not
it,
out there in the streets. You know that she's not flirting.
right?
She just likes to dress sexy and she likes to dress relatively naked.
Oh.
Mm-hmm. Relatively naked. To me, it's kind of situational. Like, I do believe that there is a certain type of dress etiquette. I'm not gonna say dress code, but dress etiquette for
Mm.
different places that you go.
Right.
Um, I'm sorry, Katie just said that. I'm a freaking out like. I mean, don't get me wrong, but also like yeah, I think that there's, dress etiquette. So like I was saying, if you're going to be my parents, like you're not out here in, lingerie
Right.
and this, that, or the
Okay, so
other.
let's
Like,
take
you know,
any sort
go.
of interactions with your parents. So like
We'll take
this
it out.
isn't she
So
has
I'll go
right,
back to the
she has
scenario.
enough respect to not dress like this if the parents are involved. But let's say you guys are going out to dinner,
Yeah,
you're going to meet friends, you're
I
at
go
a
to the
house
friends at the
party or
house
house
party.
gathering.
I go to
Mm-hmm.
that scenario.
Right,
Then I don't mind it because it's like one, she hasn't been out here in the streets. So there's been no track record of her doing this to draw the attention of other people so she can go do X, Y, and Z.
right,
Like and then also too, like there's gonna be some type of presence to be known, like, yo, this my woman. Not in a ownership type of way, but in a like, this is my woman, her man type deal. So like no matter what, whether she has that on or because my shorty can be bad, or whether she has on sweatpants and a t-shirt, she gonna get looked at. It doesn't. To me,
right,
it really doesn't matter much what she's wearing at if she's gonna get looked at. Um,
right.
and I would trust my shorty enough to know that, yo, anybody try to approach her or anything like that, she's gonna know what to do. She's gonna know how to handle the situation. Um, so nah, I wouldn't really have an issue with it. Now I will say it took some time for me to understand that because like Slim said, like I wasn't always like this. Back in the
Right.
day, much younger me, like, yo, like, you wearing this out? Around people like, yo, your thing's out. Like, come on. But with all that being said, I I do think that there should be able to be an open line of communication if you do dislike something with your partner, just like every single thing else. I do believe there's an open line of communication. It should be an open line of communication. So if there's something that you just like, yo, babe, like I really don't rock with you wearing this, out here. Can we, switch it up? Let's do something else, or
And I think
express the reason why.
you also know your audience too. You know what I'm saying? Like you said, after 2 years, you know if your
Yeah.
student is the type who like, you know what I mean, who like to show her body off, like to show her figure off. You know what I mean? Ain't nothing wrong with that if you do. I'm not saying nothing wrong with that if you do because I like that personally. I need a woman who got a little bit of that in her. You know what I'm saying? Because I like that sexiness. But you know what I'm saying? I just, all within class, had got to be done within class. You know what I'm saying? And, I think Val made a good point, and it's all about how you conduct yourself, too. You know what I'm saying? You can't be out here trashy. I also believe it's a way to dress sexy without showing too much skin as well. You know what I'm saying? It's a way to do that, too. You know what I'm saying? So, it really all
Okay, so let me ask you on the other side of it. You're out with your lady's more conservative. You're going out with your friends, and one of your friends, his woman is very provocative. So she is the one that's dressed like, super see-through, the high heels, the whole nine, whatever they consider to be like out there and super provocative.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have less respect for your friend's woman because of the way that she's dressed? Or do you treat her fairly? Do you know what I mean? Or do you feel like she's being disrespectful to her man being dressed that way in the company of others?
nah, that's
I feel
between
like it's
them.
their business.
Yeah, that's between them two, man.
Seriously,
That's
yeah,
it. Like
literally, literally.
I know how to, and I especially with my close friends and my boys and things like that. Like I look at their woman as if like that is an extension of them or like a sister to me. Because like if you like one of my boys, you one of my brothers, something like that. Like, I don't even look at your woman that way. So
Right,
therefore, one, if he's comfortable with it, she's comfortable with it. That's their business.
right.
That's their business. That's I don't.
Yeah.
No, I don't think that is
And I'm a
disrespectful towards him.
yeah, I don't think that's disrespectful at all. I'm a firm believer in like certain people, certain couples. I believe just ooze sexuality. You know what I'm saying? In a good way. You know what I'm saying? So if that's just their vibe, you know what I'm saying? That's their vibe. I personally like to think I ooze sexuality, and I want my partner to ooze sexuality. You know what I'm saying? Like I can't have no vanilla ass partner. Like I can't have that. You know what I mean?
So I liked what Dave Royalty said. You know, like if you've been rocking with somebody for a certain amount of time and you know that that's the person's personality, if that's the way that she dresses, and all along you haven't said anything, but now she's
Mm-hmm.
getting more attention and now you're going to have an issue with it, you should have said something before if it made you
Absolutely.
uncomfortable, not wait until like you were, you know, months in, years in to now say, okay, well, I don't like this or I don't like the way that you dress. Change. That will definitely cause an argument and a fight. If it is something that you're
Absolutely.
uncomfortable with, talk with your person up front. Don't wait until they're comfortable to feel like you can now, you know, switch them into being something that's more
Yes.
it's like a woman trying to change a man, you know,
What if,
like now I have him, now I can, you know, change him into something different. No.
what if
If that's unless it's something that's detrimental to them and you're trying to help them get out of that, but if it's something that you've accepted about them, don't try to switch it up later on. Do you know what I mean?
yeah,
Like it
but what if the way she
So
handles that attention changes? You feel what I'm saying?
say that one
Like
more time.
what if the way she handles that attention, let's say like my woman always dressed appealing, you know what I'm saying? And she's
Mm.
always got an attention over it, right? And I never
Yeah.
said nothing. But over time I noticed the way she handles that attention that she's receiving tends to change the way she's dealing with that attention over time for whatever
Right.
reason. You know what I'm saying? I think I have at least a right to have a conversation with her at that point, even though she's been
But is the
dressing
conversation
for a
about her
time.
attire?
It's
Sorry,
not about
is the
attire.
conversation about, hold on, is the conversation about her attire or the way that she handles the attention?
It's what she's handling intention.
Okay.
That's what
That's
she's
fair.
about. But it's cause because the way she's dressed. She's always dressed like this the entire time. You know what I'm saying? So either A, you're gonna have to conduct yourself better or change your attire. One of the two. I mean, that's your only options, right?
I'm going to agree to disagree with you on this one. I think
All
that, like Katie Ann said, I think that those are two separate conversations.
right. All right.
Mm.
So the reason I'm saying is if she has a shape, if she's drop dead gorgeous, like Mr. L said, it doesn't matter if she's wearing track pants or
Yeah.
she's wearing a dress or she's wearing a bodysuit, she's going to get attention regardless. It's not necessarily about her attire, it's the way in which she handles the attention
Yes.
or the way in
Yeah.
which she handles whoever is approaching her. It's
Yeah.
like if somebody says to you, you know, hey, I want to get to know you, saying I'm with somebody I'm not interested is different than saying, oh, I'm sorry, but I have a man. Why are you saying I'm sorry? Why are you apologizing? There should never be an apology. It should
Right.
just be a straight, I'm not interested, right?
Yep.
There's a difference in way that you handle things. I don't necessarily agree with, yes, some people's attire is more provoking than others, but
Mm-hmm.
that to me is the same as saying, well, she deserved that because she was dressed a particular type of way.
No, I'm not saying that at all.
No,
Nah.
I'm not saying that you're saying that. I'm saying to me, it elicits that kind of thought for me that, okay, well, if I was wearing track pants and something happened, is that any different than, you know what I mean? It
Yeah.
shouldn't be about the woman's attire. It's about, if there's a conversation, it shouldn't necessarily be about the way that she's dressed. It's about how she's handling the attention that she's being received.
Yeah.
Sorry, handling the attention she's receiving if her responses have changed. So if you started dating her and she dressed a particular type of way and people were hollering at her and she just ignored it and she just didn't care, and then 6 months in you notice that she's like looking over her shoulder and
Yeah.
or then that's the conversation that you have. Like why,
Yeah.
you know, like as opposed to, does that make sense what I'm saying?
No,
That
makes
makes
perfect.
sense.
yeah.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
like if you put it into an equation, I hope I say this right. It's kind of like in this situation, what is equaling like her change is not her clothes, but the attention that she's getting. And
Yeah.
Yes.
because of that attention that she's getting and her change, she may start switching up her outfits or something.
Right.
All right. Also, one thing that I thought about, the only other time that I would probably say anything about it is, say if we're going somewhere separately, she's going somewhere by herself. I don't trust a lot of men. That's my thing. I
Right.
do not
Yes.
trust a lot of men. And although I have this thought process where like, okay, like, she looks nice, keep it moving. not every man does. So I would
Right.
definitely want her to like, hey baby, you know, you wear this out, you know, this is, and it goes back to the conversation still where like, you know, even women get followed and things happen when she's in the most basic of clothes. So
Right.
but yeah, nah, 2 years and I already know what she was about. That's different. Or
What if
like
that's
if
how
I had an
you met
issue
her?
with it. See, that's if I
Dave
met her
Loyalty
how.
asked that question. What if that's how you met her? Like
That's
Yeah,
when
what
you
yeah,
met her,
okay.
this is how she dressed, and you didn't have a problem with it because you weren't really checking for her like that. But now
Hmm.
you're falling in love with her. Now you guys are in a relationship. Now, does it affect you personally to see her still dressed like that if that's how you met her?
no,
That's how you
because
met her.
myself, who I am, if I had an issue with that, like if I truly have an issue with that, that issue that came up before we got to that point,
Hmm.
it would have. If I have an issue with something, it's coming up. I'm not giving it 2, 3 years. No, I am. Hey, babe, I don't really like this. You know. Yeah.
Because the rebuttal is
So,
usually, well, why didn't you say something when we first got together?
I
Why didn't you
usually
say
say,
something
oh
when we was
Hmm.
yeah,
talking?
yes,
Like
you
if you
got
yes,
knew this is how I was, so take.
Exactly.
I'm gonna switch it up kind of, but still similar. So take me with a podcast, right? If I have a sexual based podcast, which a lot of
yes,
people aren't acceptive of, you know.
yes.
So if I'm
I know where
dating
you're going with this.
someone and they're just like, you know, they're not acceptive of it. They're just like, you know, okay, I don't judge. And I'm still continuing to do it. Still continuing to talk to people. I'm talking about sex and you know things of that nature.
Yeah,
But then it's just like, hey, you know, I kind of don't like that you know, talk about sex. But you know this since you know day one. Why are you bringing this up now? Like,
I feel like that's
what's the
one of the
difference?
red flags because you knew this. This is something that you knew. And I understand that people may feel uncomfortable trying to say what they don't like up front, especially when they're trying to get to know somebody, and especially when usually it disqualifies them because it comes up as a, hey, now you're trying to change me, but we're just talking. We're
yeah.
not even together yet. You know what I mean? So in terms of the podcast, this has been going on for how long? You have how many episodes? You've been honest about it, and now they have an issue? No, they should have said something from the beginning. That's
Right.
my
Exactly.
opinion.
See, it would be
Exactly.
like with Slim. You know what I mean? I would say, okay, like hypothetical, if I took an interest in Slim and one of
Hmm.
like I'm looking at his pictures and I'm liking that he shows his chest and he shows the barbells and all this kind of stuff, and now I'm really like digging you, and then I'd be like, you know what, I don't really like the fact that other girls get to see, yes, rub on them. I don't like the fact that other girls get to see like your nipple
Seeing
piercing.
enough
Do
of
you know what I mean?
slim
Like, why do
nipples
you have to
this
put
week.
that stuff on your page, right?
True.
It would be wrong because if that's how I met you and that's what you were doing and I had no issue with it while I was getting to know you, is it fair for me
So
to take issue with it after the fact?
so let
no.
me ask you this.
Tell
Go ahead,
everybody
my
about
bad, Slim. Go ahead, go ahead.
about my nipple rings. I tell everybody about my lifestyle, and it's on them to either get down with it or get the fuck off.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So I had, you know, we've talked about the situation a little bit, you know, where there's a young lady who I was pursuing, who was still, you know, working on herself and healing. So therefore, I always considered us as friends. She
Mhm.
found out, you know, found my little Twitter burner page that I had out there, and you know, she took offense to it because of that. I'm just like, how are you going to take offense to something
What is that
I
noise?
do?
Slim, what are you doing? I always figure it's you. What are you doing over there?
Not me. I don't know what you're talking about.
That's not me.
Not me.
I hear it too.
I don't know what you're
Yeah,
talking about.
It's Instagram.
it's just Instagram. It's okay.
It's
Sorry, Mr.
Instagram.
L.
They're like,
You were
yo, let's
saying?
figure something. Is that something even within the talking stage that should be brought up during the talking stage, or if you're just like, no, you know, I do my thing while I'm single, but when I'm getting into something with somebody, I nip everything else in the bud. So is that something that should be brought up in conversation? You still trying to figure out what that noise is?
Yeah, you know what? Because I can't hear
It's
what you're
very
saying because of the
distracting.
noise. I don't know what your
Yeah.
question was.
Was it when should that be brought up in
Hold
discussion?
on. Let's mute our mics real quick, each one of us, just to see if we can see who it's coming from.
All right.
La 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 la. It's not me.
A, B, C, D.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Did I tell you I was Slim? And now he's buffering. You
I
know what?
wasn't gonna
It's
say
when he
nothing.
dropped earlier, it mashed up his thing, and he's just sitting still trying to recover from it. Slim, sorry.
We
He'll
love you,
come
bro.
back. He'll come back.
But
That's
I
hilarious.
think, Mr. L, you said when should that be brought up in discussion? I think, right?
Yes.
You're still on mute.
All right, my bad. Appreciate it.
Yes. There you go.
I pose a question. Say that you are talking to someone that you are
Yeah.
currently healing from, something else, but
Hmm.
you're not quite ready to take that extra step yet. And you still like the person, you kind of show interest in there, but you constantly remind like, yo, we're just friends. Um, then you find out this person, let's say, has an OnlyFans account. Is this something that should have been brought up during the talking stage, or if they got rid of it, or is it something that you probably just didn't need to know about if they were planning on if they're getting rid of it, if y'all are going into a more serious role?
I think that's
Okay, so
something that should be talked up.
I'll take a crack at this one. So I have an OnlyFans page,
Hmm.
and I'm dating. Uh, I wait to see what the level of interest is on both sides before I disclose certain personal things about myself.
Hmm.
Okay.
I also wait to see what that person's level of maturity, level of judgment, um, is in regards to certain things before I disclose certain personal things about myself. Not because I'm hiding, obviously not because I'm embarrassed, because I would forever prefer to be naked every day of the week than anything else. It doesn't have
Hmm.
anything to do with that. It just you gone back with the crutching nice again.
I'm good.
Okay. It really for me, I would need to be with somebody who's comfortable with the entirety of me. Um,
Hmm.
Slim, that noise is killing me, man. Um, I would have to be with somebody who's comfortable with the entirety of me, where if I felt like I wanted to change or adjust or adapt, that I'm doing that because I feel comfortable with the person because they've accepted me as I am. I have enough
Right.
respect for myself that if I'm in a relationship with someone, I'm not going to do something that disrespects them, but at the same time still allows me to be myself and to be comfortable. Do you know what I mean? So I'll give you an example. The person that I was seeing, we were going to the liquor store one time, and I had on a tank top that was relatively see-through, and I got up to go change because I thought to myself, I didn't want him to feel some type of way. I still had on like little short denim shorts. I kept those on because whatever. But I went to go change, and he said to me, "Where are you going?" I said, "I'm going to go change my shirt." He said, "Why?" I said, "Because it's sort of see through." He's like, "But you're not naked." I said, "I'm not, but you can see my nipples." He's like, "Okay, let's go." And I said, "So you don't want me to change?" He's like, "No." He's like, "I don't give a fuck. You're with me. I'm okay with it. If you feel uncomfortable, you can go change, but I have no issue with it." So I was like, okay, this is kind of cool. And we went to the store, and he held my hand. We walked around. He didn't care if anybody was looking or not looking. He wasn't preoccupied by that because he knew that I was with him. I was respectful enough to have made the attempt to go change. I gave him room to say that it was perfectly fine without there having to be like a whole big deal about it. And it was okay because it allowed me to still be comfortable with who I am and comfortable in my own skin, but it also gave him, I don't want to say rights, but it gave him an opportunity for himself to feel comfortable and to you understand what I'm saying, right? Yes, no.
Hmm. Yeah, definitely.
Okay. So for your situation, I'm just gonna add on here. So I know that you said it's based on their maturity, things of that nature, and when you feel comfortable as well, which totally makes sense to me. Makes sense.
Yes. There
But
has to be a
now,
balance for me.
yeah.
Hmm.
But let's say everything is going steady. Everything is going steady. There's no issue at all. It's slow and
Mhm.
steady. Okay. But for some reason, let's just say it hits a year. Hits a year. You did not tell him about the OnlyFans, for example.
Right.
Um, Now, let's say you finally
I'd
you
have to
work
tell
up
him
the
because he'd be
courage.
making content with me.
Ah,
Okay.
In that
I love
situation,
you, AJ.
never mind.
That's different.
I mean, for real,
I'm just
real.
That's
saying.
different.
I,
That's
I would
different.
never let a year
Yeah.
go and
Yeah.
be with somebody and not tell them because
Too
that would be
much.
my person that I would want to be making content with. And
What
any
about too
content that
much?
I'm making, I would say to him, "Hey, do you like this? This is what I'm gonna,"
Yes.
so that he's aware. I would never. That's what I'm saying. So for me, it's about like you have to show me enough of yourself for me to know that I can trust you and that you're not going to shame me and make me feel like a pariah in society for
Gotcha.
me to open up and give, because if I'm comfortable, I will give you access to all parts of me. I'm not going to hide
Yeah.
anything from you. And like I said, for me, sorry to cut you off, Val, if it is with my OnlyFans, you're going to be my person. You're going to be the person that I'm wanting to make content with. I'd be like, babe, grab a camera, let's go.
I like that. That's what's up. That's what's up.
That's But that's just me. Okay. We're just a lot of focus on AJ tonight. I'm not loving this.
I mean, you
I'm
just took
trying
it
to talk.
run with it,
I'm
so
trying
we
to
good.
talk more and share more because one of our supporters had messaged me and she's like, "I love you guys. The guys are great. I love to hear them talk and da da." But she's like, "You don't talk enough. Like you don't say enough about
You're
really anything." So, and I
mysterious.
know we've had
Yeah. I've had a
that
lot of people
conversation.
say that too. They're just like, hey, I mean, I like y'all. Y'all cool. I want to hear her talk some more.
So I'm trying. That's not going to last too long. It
People
really
people
feels
are
weird.
smoking. As long as us three guys are here, we'll.
We're gonna keep pulling it out, damn it.
Yeah.
That's just terrible. Why would you guys want to torture me like that? That's horrible.
You enjoy. You got a podcast. What you mean?
Yeah, that's different because nobody sees me. They just hear my voice.
That's fair enough. But you make us get
That
off
is
camera,
fair.
so if
Is
you
that
remember
weird?
us trying to
I
be
like
in,
that though. I like that. I'd be like, oh, all right, I'm gonna wear whatever I want. I'm in my robe. All right, let's record this podcast. Let's go.
Right? Sure, just come
I
on.
get it. No, I get it. I'm the same way. But somebody makes us get on camera, full-fledged face and
That's
shining,
different.
just
See, but
exposed.
I have to
So
look like a pretty
therefore,
hostess because I got my guys that are always looking. Men to me, I feel like men never really have rough looking days. But when a woman is having a rough looking day, she look rough. I don't know how to
Shit.
explain it. Like you guys could go where
it's a
your
reason
beard is
why I
not
got this
even
hat
lined
on
up,
right
and
now.
you
I'm
know what I
just
mean,
telling you
and
that.
still look. But if a woman goes outside with her hair looking crazy, her face looking, she looked like a straight up crackhead. Nobody's trying to talk to her.
I gotta have them in the house for a reason.
But,
Speak, my
okay,
brother.
but
Speak,
even
my
that, I
brother.
couldn't. You see, okay, but you see how the two of you have your hat on? I couldn't put a hat on right now and pass for nothing. That just would look crazy. Y'all are wearing your hat, and it looks perfectly normal. Val's making her face. Val, I promise you. Look at the one time I came on here with my tie head and my rollers in my head. I look like I should
I
have been
remember that
watching
episode.
laundry or cooking food somewhere in somebody's kitchen. It wasn't one of those,
Cute.
you know, you put
That
a little
shit.
bead on your face, put a little clothes on, a little
Come
filter.
on, Miss. Come on, Miss Canada, from the six sweatpants, hair tied, chilling with no makeup on. Come on now.
I'll try that for the
Biggest.
next one. I'll try that for the next one. I'll see what I can
Come
do.
out here looking. Everybody just want to come out here looking. Look, I will take off my hat. I will fluff the
Yeah,
hair
hey,
up.
come on, man.
I'll push
AJ,
the
we ain't never
beard
seen
in
you in the
on one
bonnet,
side if
yo.
I need
Never
to.
seen you
All
in the
right,
bonnet.
we'll make a deal. Y'all come dolled up, and I'll come regular and chill. Sweatpants, hair up,
In the
like
bonnet.
Okay, I
Hey,
take
so
the
y'all, I ain't
challenge.
gonna lie
that'll
to you.
be the deal.
This is dolled up as it get for me. Unless you out here trying to get me Dapper Dan or something,
Really,
suit and tie, you know.
really. Without the hat, sans hat. Let the waves out. I've seen the waves.
They're
Let
not.
the waves
No,
be
no, no, no,
free.
no. They're no, no,
Let the
no. I
waves
grew
be
so
free. No
they're
sprinkles.
the waves aren't there right now because I grew my hair out for a little while, and so when I cut it,
Oh,
like the waves are gone. So with me and my hair texture, my hair has to get thick. But like
Yes.
even when you cut your hair after it's been a lot, it's not as even cut until that like second initial cut. So therefore, I'm letting my hair grow back a little bit thicker. So therefore, my wave pattern can start to come through.
Why are you holding a marker? Are you in like teacher mode?
No, it's in my pocket, and I
Is
just
that
have
the
it.
only
It's
thing in your
like
pocket?
it's well, I have a brush, a do rag, a wallet. Nope, my
In your
wallet's in the
pocket?
car. It's in my hoodie pocket.
We just went into a completely different direction. So we're gonna
Yeah,
come off of that for a minute.
welcome to Free
Okay.
Ball.
So because we just talked about the fact that I'm dolled up, because it's kind of like a regular thing. Okay. So I got a message from somebody today. I love you guys. Don't
Ooh,
fight. I got a message from
uh,
somebody today telling me that I am fake
Or
because I wear fake hair and I have lash inserts. My nails are mine, for anybody who doesn't know. I just get them painted. And I think he assumed that my boobs were fake. So the picture that he saw of me was mostly like, yeah, it was like from here, like to here. So he messaged me, he's like, why are you fake? Don't you love yourself? And then he
You would have.
proceeded to tell me about Black women not loving themselves enough because we wear fake hair and we wear fake lashes and we get our bodies done and so on and so forth. So
He got a
I
smooth
wanted to
block.
get your opinions on if you have issue with a woman who adds things onto herself. I don't want to say to make herself feel better about herself, but the little things that we do to, like to jazz things up a little bit about ourselves. Do you consider that to be super fake? And do you have an issue with it?
First off, no man should be in your inbox talking about what you are wearing, what's fake, what's not fake. Throw that whole guy in the trash.
Oh, I did. I blocked him.
That just pissed me off. Thank you. Yeah. What? Anyways, that stuff does not bother me at all. I'm gonna go off and I'm gonna say that you look beautiful no matter what. You know what I mean? Whatever you want to get your nails done, you want to whatever. It doesn't matter what it is. I think you're beautiful. So call it a day.
But and I know, like, Miss Minnie, Miss A Day of Royalty. You know what I mean? And that's the thing. Like, one thing I know, like, when she has shown herself when she doesn't have makeup and her hair's not done, and then she shows herself when she has her makeup and she has her hair done, and it's both those things.
Yeah.
I think there are times where you guys have seen me. It's first thing in the morning, I got no makeup on, have a tie-it on my head, doing videos, feel no type of way. But I guess maybe because that person, not that I care, but that person hasn't seen that side of me, but even just the automatic assumption that because my breasts are full that they're not mine, it's just fucking weird to me.
That's so wild.
And my thing is,
That
like,
is very
if you
wild.
like me, say that. If you want to have an opportunity to date me, say that. Don't come into my inbox on some bullshit thinking that I'm going to be like, oh, why do you say that? Or try to convince you otherwise. Yeah, you can go to hell, sir.
Alpha male mentality, possibly.
Yeah, word, son. Like, I seen
Yeah.
your body. Nothing about your body look fake and plastic to me.
Yeah, it's so usually, and I'm not attacking all alpha males out there, but for the most part, they're the ones who think that they can just slide in and tell you about yourself because the way that
Yes.
they view Black women is the way that should be viewed and is how you should hold up your standard of yourself. Where in actuality, I pay for this fucking hair. If it's in the mine or if it's not, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
And even if my boobs are fake or not, who the fuck are you to tell me that?
Right.
Who are
Like,
you?
who
Yeah.
are
Right.
you? That's what I said. Like, they would have got a smooth block because I wouldn't even wasted my energy or my time explaining that to them when they are
Yes.
already one track minded. And that is, but yeah, no. What was your question again? My bad. I'm sorry. Like that pissed me off that he had the audacity
I'm
to
That's
with
slide
you,
your,
up in
Miss
there.
Minnie.
no,
I'm
that,
with
I
you.
mean, that's part of it. But just your thoughts and opinions on, like, if a woman does extras for herself or to herself because it makes her feel good about herself or makes her feel good about the way that she looks, is there an issue with that? Like, should all
There,
women just wear out their natural hair? Should all women, never wear fake
you.
eyelashes? Now, and it's funny because the eyelashes that come to your forehead that look like,
Mhm.
fans, I'm not a super duper fan of those. But, a little eyelash on ting is whatever. But even still,
So,
if that's your thing and that's what you like,
so this is my thing for it. It goes for men and for women both. For me,
yes.
you do what makes you feel good, makes you feel comfortable, whatever, happy. Unfortunately, sometimes these jokes still gonna fly. But
Right.
Yeah.
but
Hell
yeah,
yeah.
nah, like if a woman want to go to BBL, that's her God given choice to make to go do that to her body. That I just pray that she gets the legs to match. But
Hey.
yeah, no, like it's if a woman would now the BR word is very triggering for me, and I understand that it's not about me, you know, um, and
BR?
I get that, but still, yeah, BR,
So,
breast reduction.
Oh, okay.
And I understand it's not about me,
It's not about
women
you.
go through it when they got to pick, yeah, but
They're heavy as
the
shit and they hurt your
word,
back.
yeah, yes, but I can support you better than any bra can, baby, so I wouldn't let her know that, but
not 24/7 player.
So
It's
yeah,
about
not
I'm just
24/7.
curious. I'm just
True.
curious with this
Yeah,
support. You're gonna be walking behind her, holding them as she's walking around?
if need
I'm
be,
saying.
if need be, hey, I got you. Like, what
Wow.
is it? Is it
It's
Allstate?
my,
you're in good hands with Darko or something like that.
You're in
You're
good
in good hands.
hands.
Nah, I'm lying. No, I'm not gonna walk around. But no, no, no. I understand why women. I was just joking. Like, don't get me wrong. I love my big-breasted women, but when they got to, I was just about to stand up and shake them on the camera or something. But yeah, if they
No.
nah, any type
Okay,
of
girls.
transformation that a person decides to do to their body, man or woman,
Yes.
it's up to them. It's up
Okay.
to them. And if it's
So
not
let
your
me ask you a
preference, then keep
question.
it
I
Slim,
moving.
believe
Slim,
it's
I'm
up
going to
to
give you a minute to answer. Hold on. Let me just ask a question to Mr. L real quick.
Yes.
Men who wear lace fronts because they're not comfortable as yet with going bald, would you take
Mhm.
issue with that? Or do you think they should just ball off their head?
If that a lot of men's confidence can come within their hair.
Yep.
It
Yes.
does. Um, I have family members, I have friends who like their confidence comes from their hair. Same thing like with some of them with their beards. So
Right.
no, I don't take issue if that's what he decides to do.
Okay.
Go do it, brother, if that makes you feel good. Now there are two instances where I would take issue.
I do.
One, if he sits there and he bashes women for doing the same thing, then I'm
Ooh,
like,
double
but brother,
standard.
you out here and you
Absolutely.
and then what was the second one? I don't even remember the second one. But yeah, do what makes you feel good. If that's what brings you happiness and peace, because you never know. And people will joke and pick on it. I am guilty of that as well sometimes. But
I
if
see a
it
nigga with
brings
a
them
lace front,
peace,
I'm getting on you. It's a wrap.
So if you see a man with a lace front,
I see a nigga with a lace front, I'm getting on you. I'm gunning you.
you're a
If I
horrible
see a
man.
nigga with the fucking
You're a
lace
horrible, horrible
beard, all
man.
fucking shit, I'm coming for you, yo. I'm not nah. I'm coming for you. If you
yeah,
want
Why?
listen, cuz that shit corny, yo. Fuck out of here. That shit corny. That
Why
shit
is it corny? Maybe he's not comfortable yet with going bald.
then he should be comfortable. He should be
But
comfortable.
Nah,
bald,
I'm
baldness isn't for everybody, though.
He should be comfortable. That's all I'm gonna
Wow.
say. Listen, I feel like I'm not a particular fan of like my woman personally like enhancing her body, and I'm not even a fan of like makeup. I call it casket sharp. When women get casket sharp, in my opinion, you know what I mean?
Can somebody just eject Slim from the live, please? Did you say
I don't,
casket sharp?
yeah, I don't like it. But,
it's
I
funny
feel like I
how
want to
like
fight you
that.
right now, but you're too
It's
but,
far.
funny how that's
You
the
see, the
same
next
way
time
that
I'm
people
going to
be looking
Virginia, I'm
rough
going
in
to
the
stop
casket.
in Jersey. I'm going to fight you. I'm going to fight you.
this is what I got to create a beef to get you to come see me. It's all good. Listen, but at the end of the day, if it truly make you happy, because I fell in love in this natural state of you. You know what I'm saying? So I don't feel like you really need all those enhancements, but I feel like it's for you. You're doing it for yourself. I get that. I still think it speaks to insecurities or whatever, but it is what it is. If you truly want it, I'm not paying for it, but you can get it.
Say that again. Which part speaks to insecurities?
I think it speaks to insecurity. I feel like there's a piece of your body that you're not happy with, so you feel like you want to alter
enhance it.
or change. There's a piece
Okay,
you were
so I have
born
a,
to
I have a counter argument to that.
Mhm.
What's the difference with that? And I know you're going to say it's because it's natural, but if you're talking about insecurities with your body and everybody should just love their body the way that they are, why do you go to the gym and work out so hard?
I go to the gym and work out somewhere. I go to the gym and work out so far because I like to because I'm insecure. That's a good point. Yeah, I was insecure about my body. You're absolutely right. I can
I
say
wasn't
that.
expecting you to say that.
I
Okay.
know, but
Let's
I
go,
would say that.
Slim.
I was very insecure about my body before. And if you didn't know me back in the day, you could have seen why. But
Okay.
anything else?
Ah.
Did you just give me my face, the face that I give
Yeah,
you? You just gave me
yeah,
all right,
yeah.
Slim. Slim, I see that you're on one tonight. That's okay though. I'm gonna come find you. I'm gonna come find you. Mr. L, you
I'm
look
a.
like you were just about to say something.
Nah, like I respect everybody's opinion, and I commend you, Slim, for definitely being
Absolutely.
open and honest with that, and like very transparent with that.
Mhm.
I do see like makeup and things differently. Don't get me wrong, I love the natural, love the natural beauty. Um, but I do know a lot of women who will throw make because it's something fun to do for them. It's like art. Um,
Yeah.
or they think that they look a little different, and like you said, like you said, it's not for us for the most part. You know, women, y'all do it for yourselves. The majority do it.
Yourself.
Some,
Yeah.
most. There's a number of women who do it for themselves. So yeah,
Sorry, I'm shaking my
I
head
like
because
it.
it's going to
Make it
time
for
us
men
out.
though.
We're almost at a wrap. It's going to time us out in 15 seconds, but we're almost at time anyway. So I don't know if you want to come back and do our goodbyes.
Sure.
We
Yeah.
got
Doesn't
to.
matter
Okay.
to me.
We got to.
Okay. So we're gonna come back in like 6 seconds and do our wrap up. There is something that I wanted to